Alright everyone, I'm not a super fan of everything that Elon Musk does or believes in. It's not that he completely opposes censorship, he's just more opposed to it than the people that came before him on Twitter, for example. And, sometimes his rockets blow up, for example. It's a big fucking problem. But he is an innovator, he's an inventor, he's done a great job overall, and he's advising the U.S. government to try to to get rid of some of the fraud and abuse within the system. Again, this is effectively a mild reform. I've said this of Trump before. He's not a drastic draught that's going to completely abolish the system, although we might need that in the future. He is a mild reformer. He wants to do a soft reset back to a point in which the U.S. government fundamentally was capable of functioning in a reasonably efficient manner, with reasonable constitutional constraints, with a reasonable tax system. I mean, I would abolish most of the taxes completely. I'm more of a revolutionary era figure. You might have noticed from my hat. That would be my preference. But if we can get reform and soften the system, any reform that we can get, we should applaud. With Elon Musk, it's fundamentally the same. Mild reform of the rules on Twitter, for example. Algorithmic demotion is not absent, but it is more scant. The number of bans is more scant. The amount of free speech and Twitter memes, of course, is considerably up, which is a great thing. Link in the description if you take that. Elon Musk derangement syndrome has almost eclipsed Donald Trump derangement syndrome. At this point, they're declaring him to effectively be leading the country. That is not true. He is in an advisory position, and this has been made clear. I liked how the same legacy media only a couple of days ago was talking about how Trump is putting Musk in his place. In other words, insinuating that they had a falling out simply because Trump said, well, Doge is an advisory council, which we already knew. They're trying to drive a wedge between these two individuals because when they pair up, they're so goddamn powerful. Elon Musk can supply Doge and a huge amount of money. Donald Trump supplies the executive capacity and also his own brand name as well in the process. And they're terrified of this. Oh shit, these two rich people have decided to team up to try to dumb down the Uniparty's authoritarianism. We've got to do something about this because we're all a bunch of goddamn authoritarians. That's what's happening. It's Elon Musk derangement syndrome has almost eclipsed Donald Trump derangement syndrome, which is quite something when you think about it. They've outdone themselves this time. It's insane. Don't worry, these are just multivitamins. I forgot to take my multivitamin this morning. But these people are completely deranged about anyone adjacent to the administration on literally every level. Elon Musk can sneeze, and they'll say that he's trying to spread a respiratory virus to kill everyone. I wish I was being hyperbolic. The funny thing is that this article, again, link in the description, archived of course, invokes the concept of hyperbole. And it's not hyperbole anymore. Musk is in control of the U.S. government. How? He's not even from the United States originally. He's not a naturalized citizen. What are you talking about? He's in an advisory capacity, which you yourselves have, by the way, reported on. Doge doesn't really have any legal power. Okay, so which is it? Doge has significant power, or it's impotent. Which one is it? Choose your poison. Do you want to drink cyanide or arsenic? Because it's running down your throat at the moment. These people are nuts. I've seen some propagandistic news cycles in my time. Nothing compares to the current cycle, though. It's insane. Donald Trump is being transformative. Doge is advising him in ways, positive ways, to cause that transformation. Elon Musk has power in an advisory role. It's nuanced, but the legacy media won't tell you that. It's either that Elon Musk is effectively now a dictator, which he is not, or that Elon Musk Doge is so legally embattled that it's basically crashing and burning, which it's not. It's somewhere in the middle. Doge is effective, but it's an advisory position. It has nothing to do with legal power. When Donald Trump invoked that fact the other day, and they tried to drive a wedge between him and Elon by pretending that they were at odds with one another, it was simply because he was reaffirming this fact. He was reassuring people, look, I make the shots. I'm the big head honcho, but they're advising me. They're trying to find waste, fraud, and abuse. By the way, the Treasury Secretary not being able to access the records of the Treasury is deeply disturbing to me. The activistic court system at this point has become a fucking huge problem. It's like there are some courts out there that make sense. The judges that have, more than 2 brain cells. And you're not dumb if you end up getting, a judicial position, because I think you have to at least have a double master's or something like that before you get to that level. So you do have to be at least intellectual in nature, but that doesn't mean that you're sensible with regards to the application of the law, of the Constitution. You simply have to pass the bar exam and shit like that. I find the situation deeply troubling. I find it troubling that the legacy media is allowed to effectively defame Elon Musk over and over simply because he's a public figure, and there's no repercussion for that, while misleading the public at the same time over and over again by having this weird dichotomous view. Elon Musk is at once effectively emperor of the country and at the same time a fucking loser. This doesn't really make sense now, does it? Oh, wait. They've been doing that to somebody else for some time. Who is it? Let me try to think of his name. Oh, it's Donald Trump. No shit, Sherlock. They've been doing this for years and years. Donald Trump is simultaneously a god emperor, authoritarian Nazi, and a fucking retard. This is what they've been telling the public for literally years. They've been doing this for almost a decade now. No surprise that they would say, well, this other dude is funding him and talking to him and working with him. Well, then, Elon Man bad too. Spaceman bad. I suppose that's the best moniker for it. Rocket Man bad. Not just Orange Man. And then Tall Man will be bad in the future. I know when Barron Trump inevitably ends up in the public spectacle, they're going to say that Tall Man bad. They've been to Melania, beautiful woman bad. They do this with their Christmas decorations. They drove her to the point of almost insanity over those. And nobody even remembers the story. It was that the way they bullied her was even worse than the way they bullied Donald Trump. Now they've decided that Elon Musk is public enemy number 1. Why? Because he has a lot of influence, a huge amount of money, and quite a bit of power. But he's not in control of the country. He's in an advisory position. His main power is, hey, I can put rockets up into space. Maybe we'll go to Mars. Hell, maybe I'll fly myself. It'd be funny. Elon Musk says, fuck you people. I'm going to have a rocket built. I'm going to get into my spacesuit, and I'm going to go alone to Mars. Fuck you. I'm going to be the first person on Mars and say, screw all of you. Fuck it all. I don't even give a shit anymore. He might do that when he's older. There's every possibility of such a thing happening. Musk is known to occasionally use ketamine, for example, so sometimes he may have a zany idea. The only difference is that his ideas generally generate a huge amount of profit. That's about all. Peace out.